Alright guys, hold on to your hats because the NFL world just got flipped on its head in what may go down as the most explosive, unpredictable, and divisive move in recent memory. The Dallas Cowboys have reportedly swiped Saquon Barkley from the Philadelphia Eagles in what fans are already calling a betrayal of biblical proportions. If you're a Cowboys fan, this is a champagne-popping kind of day. If you're with the Eagles, you might be burning jerseys by now. The rivalry just got supercharged with nuclear energy. Saquon Barkley, once the heart and soul of the Giants, then briefly the devastating engine of the Eagles' offense, is now allegedly suiting up in silver and blue. That's not just a transaction, that's a power move, a war cry, a middle finger to the rest of the NFC East, and especially to the city of Philadelphia. And before anyone says this came out of nowhere, remember this, it's the NFL. This league thrives on drama. This league thrives on rivalries. And nothing, I mean nothing, strikes deeper than a franchise cornerstone being ripped from one blood rival and plugged into another's starting lineup. Now, let's be real, this wasn't just about money, although there's no question Dallas would have had to throw a big contract his way. This was about respect. Revenge. Redemption. Barkley has been vocal in the past, feeling overlooked, underappreciated, and dismissed by teams like the Cowboys who, during his free agency stint, didn't even give him a phone call. And yet now, here we are. Somehow, someway, Dallas made a move that either defied contract expectations, involved a high-stakes trade, or revealed an opt-out clause no one saw coming. The NFL's best front offices keep their cards close, and this one came out like a royal flush. If you're the Eagles, this is a gut punch. This isn't just about losing a Pro Bowl running back, this is about losing him to those guys. Your most hated rivals. The same team you circle on the calendar every year. The same team whose fans flood your stadium and taunt you in your own backyard. Saquon wearing the star is going to haunt Philly for years, and trust me, Cowboys fans are already sharpening their tweets, loading up the memes, and planning their fantasy drafts around 26. Let's talk impact. This move instantly changes the complexion of the NFC East. Dallas had been searching for a true feature back since the departure of Ezekiel Elliott and the up-and-down nature of Tony Pollard's role. They had flashes of brilliance in the backfield, but nothing consistent, nothing dominant. Barkley brings that missing firepower, a game-changing, three-down back who can torch defenses between the tackles, on the edge, and even out wide as a pass catcher. He's not just a runner, he's a weapon. And with Dak Prescott still at the helm, the Cowboys suddenly become a much more balanced and terrifying offense. Picture it, Dak under center, Barkley in the backfield, CeeDee Lamb out wide, Brandon Cooks stretching the field, and Jake Ferguson coming across the middle. That's a nightmare for defensive coordinators. You can't stack the box because Dak will pick you apart. You can't double CD because Barkley will get you on the ground. It's a pick-your-poison offense, and Saquon is the poison. On the other side, the Eagles now face a monumental challenge. Barkley wasn't just their best back, he was a critical part of their identity. He brought balance to an explosive passing game, kept defenses honest, and gave Jalen Hurts the freedom to operate with less pressure. Losing him means relying more heavily on depth backs or scrambling for a late trade or mid-season acquisition. And no matter how talented your quarterback is, a lack of a legitimate run threat limits your options and changes the way defenses play you. This could force Philly into an identity crisis, and you better believe the fans will let them hear it. And let's not forget the psychological blow. This isn't a trade with the AFC. This isn't a move to a rebuilding team. This is Barkley choosing to walk into the heart of enemy territory. Whether it was personal, professional, or purely strategic, the optics are brutal for Philly. And for Barkley, this is the ultimate revenge arc. From being passed over to becoming the biggest headline of the offseason, he now holds the power to ruin Philly's season not just once, but twice a year, maybe more if the playoffs come calling. Social media is already exploding. Cowboys Twitter is on fire. Posts like "How does it feel, Philly?" and "We run the East now" are trending. Eagles fans are in denial, disbelief, and disgust. Some are demanding front office accountability. Others are taking aim at Barkley, calling him disloyal, calling him a traitor, but deep down, they know they'd be celebrating the exact same way if the roles were reversed. The media circus is going to be relentless. Talk shows, podcasts, morning debates, they'll be running this story into the ground. Did Dallas overpay? Can Barkley stay healthy? Is this the final nail in the coffin for the Eagles' championship window? Get ready to hear those questions over and over again. But let's focus on the positives here for the Cowboys. This move, if executed smartly, sends a message that Jerry Jones is still willing to swing big, that the team isn't content with just being good. They want greatness. They want that 6th Lombardi trophy. And they're willing to break the hearts of rivals to get there. This isn't just roster building, this is psychological warfare. Bringing in a star who knows Philly's playbook, their personnel, their schemes. That's intelligence gathering. That's espionage. And it's going to matter when those two teams clash under the bright lights of prime time. Imagine the first game where Saquon steps onto Lincoln Financial Field wearing a Cowboys uniform. The boos will shake the stadium. The signs will be brutal. The energy? Unmatched. Every time he touches the ball, it's going to feel like a war. And knowing Barkley, that chip on his shoulder is only going to fuel him. He's going to want to score 3 touchdowns that game, not just to win, but to prove a point. Now, of course, there are going to be concerns. Barkley has dealt with injuries in the past, that's not a secret. And running backs don't have the longest shelf life in this league. But this isn't a long-term rebuild move, this is a win-now maneuver. It says Dallas believes their window is open right now and that with Barkley in the fold, they can go toe-to-toe with the 49ers, with the Chiefs, with anyone. If he stays healthy, and that's the big if, the upside is Super Bowl caliber. Plain and simple. As for the Eagles, their path forward is murky. They still have Jalen Hurts, yes. Still have A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Still have an elite O-line. But that X factor, that backfield balance, is gone. Can they adjust? Sure. But can they recover mentally from being embarrassed like this? That's the question. Rivalries are built on moments like this. This is going to be one of those iconic NFL moments that fans remember for decades. Saquon Barkley, the Philly star who defected to Dallas and changed the course of the season. If the Cowboys go on to win the division, or better go deep into the playoffs or win it all, this moment will be remembered as the turning point. And if the Eagles stumble, if they underperform, or miss the postseason entirely, you know this move is going to be blamed. It's already being labeled as Barkleygate on some forums. And while some fans are hoping this is all smoke and mirrors, others are bracing for impact, because if it's true, this might be the boldest move of the entire NFL year. So, here's the bottom line: this isn't just about one player switching teams. This is about power. This is about legacy. This is about flipping the script in the most dramatic way possible. And as the dust settles, one thing is absolutely clear: if this move holds up, the Dallas Cowboys just sent a message to the entire league: we're coming. And we're not playing games anymore. And that's something that should terrify every other team in the NFL. Barkley in Dallas is more than just a transaction, it's a statement. The era of safe moves is over. The Cowboys just went all in. Let me know in the comments what you think about this absolutely wild development. Are you hyped? Are you in shock? Do you think it's all smoke or the real deal? And what does this mean for the rivalry going forward? Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you turn on notifications because we'll be tracking every twist and turn of this story. This is going to be a wild season, and trust me, we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay loud.